right, we're back. We got Jay Servedio.
Howdy.
He's a comic, writer. Well, you do a lot of shit, dude.
I got a lot of hyphens.
Yeah, you do a lot of stuff, man. You do a lot of stuff. How you been?
Every day is Christmas, man. I can't complain. I'm doing the damn thing, you know?
Well, let's jump right into it. You're doing a show.
Caveat.
Caveat. All right.
Yeah,
So tell me about it.
Lower East Side. So it's called On The Watchlist with Jay Servedio. It started out as a podcast like a year ago.
Yeah.
And it was just me breaking down the news and trying to be funny. And I was like, dude, I feel like there's a better way to do this. And so I kind of was like, for the last calendar year, I've been throwing around the idea to myself of like, let me go do like a late night comedy show. Because that was something. When I grew up, I was always watching like The Daily Show, Colbert Report.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like the funniest shit on TV. And so, my goal as a kid was to have a show like that. And I kind of was like pussyfooting around it. I was like, maybe I'll do this, maybe I won't. And I kind of reached out. I met this woman, Amy Curl, and
Okay.
she's another humor writer. She writes for, I don't know if you know, Hard Times News. They do like punk rock satire.
Okay.
Online. And we met at like this guy James Folta, who's the editor of a humor magazine called Points and Case.
Yeah.
He puts together these like satire writer meetups for people who write like comedy for like the internet and write comedy for like The Page and shit like that.
Okay.
So I met her, and we got talking, and I was like, yo, I really vibe with this person. And I threw out the idea to her. I was like, hey, I thought about like putting together a late night show.
Yeah.
Would you be interested in producing it with me? Just like off the bat. And she was like, absolutely. So we got going. I put together like a call sheet, or basically a call for aid to see who would be interested. We got like 40 people fucking responded.
Yeah.
It was wild. And as of right now, we got like a team of like 17, 18 people. At one point, we had like 22, but people say yes to shit and then they drop out because that's just life. But as of right now, we got 17 like really committed people working on this program, and I'm really fucking pumped, dude. We've got like, it's gonna work out. Like we've got like headline news, 5 minutes of that at the top. Rex Laniel is doing like a short film to set up like the larger topic.
That's cool. I love Rex.
Yeah, Rex is great, man. He's a really talented animator. He's going to be animating for the show.
That's cool.
And then we're going to be doing like a 5 to 15 minute like monologue, like John Oliver kind of does.
Yeah.
Where we break down a topic, and the topic we're doing for the first episode is AI.
Okay.
So it's going to be really fucking wild. And so the monologue team is me, Ty Marsh, Parker Teague, this guy Luke Strom, who's out of Philly. He's another really funny humor writer, and Sam Badali.
Yeah.
And dude, the amount of research we've been doing the last couple of weeks on this shit,
Yeah.
like I guess folks will see it when it's out, but bro, it's like we're fucked.
Yeah.
We are not even like artists. I'm talking about like human beings are fucked. Like these people want privately owned nuclear power plants.
Yeah.
Like the other day, Alex Karp, who's the CEO of Palantir, was like, we're talking about how it's looking like they're trying to set up like a surveillance state, techno-feudalist kind of society in America. I'm like, how the hell are we gonna be able to convince people that like this is what they're doing? But like very much the evidence is that's what it points to. And then the other day, Alex Karp makes a fucking comment. He's like, if we have to choose between China winning the AI arms race and a feudalist state in America, I'm going to pick the feudalist state in America. I'm like, dude, he literally said the fucking thing out loud.
Yeah.
It's crazy how wild all of this shit is, man. I don't want to get into all of it because we're all going to be talking a lot about it during the show. But aside from the monologue, we got like sketches. We're going to have like character interviews, and then we're going to have like an interview for a cause, essentially, that isn't getting enough attention. So we're getting this woman, Natalie Agus, to come on and talk about this organization, Justice Aid, that this year is trying to get people's access to abortion going on and stuff like that.
Okay. And when is the show?
It's November 22nd
Yeah.
at 4 p.m.
That's a wild time, dude.
Dude,
it's a hard time to show up.
It's the only late night show that leaves your evening open. That's what I've been telling people.
Okay. Well, late night shows are usually shot during the day.
But everybody has been saying, oh, well, how's the late night show at 4 p.m.?
Was it Saturday, though?
Yeah, it's a Saturday.
That's not terrible,
That's
I
not
guess.
bad.
But, I mean, so who's hosting? You're the host?
I'm the host.
Okay. So you're going to be doing the monologue, the 15-minute monologue.
Yeah.
So you are you going to memorize it, or are you reading off a teleprompter, or what?
We're working that out, Harrison.
Nah,
I think we're gonna have it. I'm gonna try and have it memorized. That when we're done here, we're gonna be basically putting the final punches and shit like that on the piece.
Okay.
It's looking great so far. I'm very excited. But I think I'm gonna have to memorize a bit of it. I'm gonna have to have it. We are gonna have a teleprompter, so it's gonna be like I'm gonna have to be keeping up and at least having the pacing memorized. But the phrasing, I'm gonna be relying on the teleprompter 100%.
Yeah, I mean, you can also, I mean, this cute. So you can have like a legit teleprompter there.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Because if not, I mean, you could do the SNL style and just fucking cue
card, dude.
Which is a lot.
I was
for
gonna
15
say,
minutes.
fucking 15. The guy's gonna have it like his arms would be this, holding a stack this thick for 15 minutes, just dropping right in front of him. Yeah,
man, that's a lot of work, dude. I never in my life ever even considered wanting to do that.
Oh, really?
Like a late night show. I liked Letterman growing up. I did watch that. Like out of all the late night guys, I liked Leno too, but Letterman was like my guy.
Really?
But I never. It was not something I was like, oh, this is cool. To me, I grew up listening to Stern.
Okay.
So like to me, it was like that. I would do that sooner than a late night show, which is crazy because I know nothing about radio.
Well, this is kind of that a little bit. You know what I mean? Like they're saying that this is taking like the radios. I mean, there's still people who listen to radio while they work and shit. Yeah. You know, but
podcasts now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But that's very cool, man. I mean, I was talking to Ty and Sarah. We were at St. Mark's and they were just talking about it. I was like, "What are you guys talking about?" And they're like, "Oh, we got to do this thing for Jay's show." And they were like, "This is a lot of work." And I was like, "Oh, that's fucking dope. It's fun to have a project to like put yourself in, you know." Yeah,
man. We'll see like what happens after this because I'd love to do more episodes. But I'll tell you, dude, like the amount of research, it's really fucking gut busting.
Yeah.
I mean, Sarah went and in 2 days she shot an entire script.
Yeah.
She wrote a script. She shot the script. And then she edited it to get to like our secondary editor, this guy Nate Sheckman, he goes by Nate Flynn. He's a very funny like sketch comic.
Yeah.
And he's gonna be doing another thing that Corey, and I wrote, another segment.
Yeah.
That's gonna be fucking awesome. But there's a lot of moving pieces, and I kind of have to keep my hands on everything, but I have to trust that everybody can get it done. Sarah like met her deadlines, got everything banged out. It was great. Right now we're just trying to cut it down for time constraints and stuff like that. So
how long do you have the space for?
Like an hour and fucking
shit.
20 minutes, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how much money is it costing you?
Literally just to shoot it.
That's
pretty
it?
much
Like just to rent the space?
No, I'm not even renting the space. They just have tech stuff. Like we're going to be live streaming the show. So for people who can't be there in person, they're going to be able to watch it online in real time.
In real time?
In real time. Dude, I'm telling you, man, like I was kind of like, yeah, let me do a late night show. And it's just the amount of, thank God I have Amy on the team. And like, thank God the team is so fucking awesome, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, like, but thank God I have Amy helping me like with all the production side of stuff. Cause I went into this like, yeah, we'll just figure it out. No, we had to reach out to like Time Out New York with for promo and shit like that. Hopefully they'll be getting that up by the time this is out. We had to logistically figure out like my own pocket, how I'm going to be budgeting shooting the show.
Yeah.
And thankfully the venue's doing it with like a 3-camera setup.
Mm-hmm.
We had to budget who's going to be editing the fucking final product to get it out onto YouTube, and we'll be putting it on Substack as well. Dude, this has been a nightmare logistic. I mean, like, not really, but I'm saying, like, in terms of what I thought it was going to be, it's incredibly way more complicated. And I'm glad that I have an awesome team helping me get this shit done.
Are you actually enjoying the process, or are you hating it?
I love it.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I won't lie. I'm terrified.
Yeah.
This is, like, the most ambitious thing I've ever done in my life, but, like, seeing how dedicated everybody else is, like, the belief that they have has kind of been really refreshing. It's been really awesome to know that they have my back.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I'm very much excited to be working with people who are excited to work on something that I came up with.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it seems like it's like the right alley for you. I mean, you've always been very in tune with what's going on in the news, and you've always been you've been up to snuff on stuff like that. And I was always like you. There were times where you would tell me, and you're pretty. There's a significant age gap between you and I. What are you, 20?
I'm gonna be 25 the day of the show. Actually, we decided
that's
like
on your birthday.
Yeah, the only day that we had availability wise at the venue was to shoot on my birthday.
So you're 25. I'm gonna be 32 next month.
Yeah.
So it's not a huge age gap, but you've always been the one that's telling me, like, "Yo, did you hear about this in the news?" And I'm like, honestly, no, dude. I'm like, I'm not very in tune with any of it. Dude,
honestly, it's more. I would say it's probably just schizophrenia is what it is. I just have to keep myself occupied, or else the voices,
Yeah.
No, but no. In all honesty, man, I've just always tried to keep my finger on the pulse of like what's happening.
Yeah.
And be that pop culture or politics or fucking in tech.
Yeah.
I'm just interested by this stuff. I've always been, like, how can I cover this? And I when it came to writing stand up and doing that kind of shit, I've always believed that, like, that makes you a better writer. It gives you a chance to be able to have a fire under your ass. It's like, I got to get this thing done.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing if everybody shows up to a mic with, like, the same Charlie Kirk joke. You know what I mean? Because of what happened. But, like, if you can be like, hey, did you guys hear about, like, this thing going on in Laos?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And people are like, no. And then you can come at the... Like, one of my favorite jokes I've ever written was the Taliban tourism bit. That was before the Riyadh Comedy Festival came out, too. So, like, I was just like, this is a fucking crazy thing that the Taliban wants to open up a thing, like a tourism department.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In Afghanistan, I'm like, that's wild. I've always tried to, find this time-sensitive shit. See how I can make it palatable for an audience. That's it.
I do that, but with less political shit, like stuff that's in the news of, like, freak accidents that happen and stuff like that. So in that sense, I get it. Pop culture, I'm big on.
Yeah.
But when it comes to politics, I just, unless it was like, the mayoral election in New York City, which I was very in tune with. But I was never, you've always, there's been, every time I've seen you, you've been like, dude, do you hear about this, and that? And I was like, oh, no, I didn't. I'm like, but that's interesting.
Yeah. I definitely feel like a crazy person sometimes when I'm talking about shit with, like, either you or Eli or Joe. And Joe's like, whoa, I had no idea that, like, that's fucking going on. I'm like, yes, and it's going to kill us all. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like always my MO.
See, but do you feel like, that's the thing that I think is the it could be, what's the word I'm looking for? When you read that stuff, you get very, like, apocalypse. That's it. It's over. But you can't.
No,
you have to have hope.
You have
that
to
everything's gonna be okay.
100%, and that's kind of, I guess, what the purpose of the show is.
Yeah.
So as opposed to being like doom and gloom, which is like we're running through the facts, they're very upsetting when you look at them.
Yeah.
At the end, something that I kind of was talking to the writers about is, like, I always want to have, like, a call to action. I was going to be like, what can we do? What can we propose that might be like a solution, or what can we do to try and give people, like, some semblance of hope that they'll be able to take into their hands and be like, let's go. Manage
you
this
need
problem. And that's something that we've done with the first episode. I'm glad that we have the solution that we have. I think people are going to like it when they hear it. So we'll hear it. We'll get it done, I think.
I'm looking forward to hearing it, because I mean, they had the whole AI thing. I've had very negative thoughts about it also.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just go, well, it's something. We'll be, hopefully we'll be fine. You know what I mean? Like, I can't. The more you sit and go, we're fucked, it's just, that's useless.
100%. That's why, again, like, call to action, huge thing that for me, I need to make sure that there's solutions.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to just be like, like, they're putting chemicals in the water that are turning the femboys straight. You know what I mean? I want to be like, I want to be able to provide solutions for shit. So that's just it. Because, again, you're right, dude. To go through life and be like, damn, man, we're all going to die. Like, we're building the asteroid and we're the dinosaurs. Like, that's a fucking cancerous way to go through life.
Yeah, I mean, there's really no point in living. You may as well just go kill yourself.
100%. Yeah. It's super nihilistic. I'm not a fan of it. But I'm a big existentialist guy. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, if we can, if you're gonna focus on this stuff, like, I try to make a statement and try and do some kind of elicit some kind of change, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, man, I don't know. We're trying to be as silly goofy about it as possible, but like Ty and I were talking, and I was talking again with Parker as well the other day, Parker Teague, and Parker Teague. He's also very funny. And I was like, bro, we got to do something. You know what I mean? I don't know. It is what it is. We're having a good time though.
Do you still believe that, like, something like this can see? Because I'm a little older, and my thing is, like, I don't really believe in what I'm gonna do is gonna help or stop or change something. My thing is, like, I'm more on the entertainment side, where I go, well, I'm gonna humor you while the world is burning, and hopefully it won't, completely burn everything out. But my thing is just entertain, have a good time, and laugh through it. Whereas you, I think, feel like you could change the world. Do you feel that way?
I don't know if I can. I know that, like, more often than not, I feel like I have a take, and whether or not people want to hear it, I'm gonna at least try and put it out there. Yeah. And if it goes nowhere, great. I tried my best. You know what I mean? I feel like Chicken Little more often than not, if I'm being real. But, like,
but that's a good way to go about it. It's like, I do have a voice, and you should use your voice.
100%.
So and whoever will take from it, okay, that's because there's people out there who are like, I'm gonna change and it's like
you're an idiot.
Chances are you're not.
No.
You know?
Yeah. I was I was joking with the guys. I'm like, this could be common sense, but it is all more than likely that it will not be. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, you don't have media like that completely elicits. Not since Tiger King.
Yeah.
Has there been a thing that swept the nation and motivated us all?
It's very well. I mean, Tiger King swept the nation. The last thing that swept the nation wasn't a good thing.
No,
it was Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, dude, that was very much.
Yeah,
that was rough. I mean, I know it's crazy. I hear a lot of people going, well, it's a nuanced issue. You know what I mean? Trying to explain why they're like cool with him getting shot. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is like,
it's not.
But it is weird, man. It's just a weird world that we're living in. 2026 is gonna be so fucking strange.
I mean, 2025 is pretty strange.
Dude, this has been. I don't know. I feel like if I didn't get the chance to go out and I told you earlier, I spent some time in Arizona. I spent some time in Utah. I was checking out the national parks and stuff like that. It was amazing, bro.
Yeah.
I had a great time doing that, and I had a little bit of wanderlust this year, and I think that might have come from just like feeling a little sedentary here, and at the same time also being like, dude, shit is too crazy. I need to go out in the sticks and fucking figure shit out. But while I was out there, that's kind of where I kind of decided to myself, like, I'm going to do the show. So that was helpful, I guess, to a degree.
When you get away and you go, were you alone or you went with someone?
So I have family out there.
Okay, so you got to see some family.
Yeah, my aunt, my uncle, and then their 2 sets of twins.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were able to hang with family. You were able to be in touch with nature.
100%.
There's something about the outskirts of America, like even just leaving New York City, when you get on the highway and you see what 99% of the country looks like, and just feeling that solitude. I did some traveling in my late 20s where I was in Oklahoma, and then I ended up in Oregon, and then I was in California, lived there for a year, and it was the best time ever because I was on my own, but I wasn't, and it changed my whole way of thinking, and it gives you some clarity to be out of this place. As great as New York is, I love it. It's fucking amazing. The quiet of other places is really, and seeing how beautiful this country is, it just changes your perspective,
I agree 100%, man. I mean, my girlfriend and I, we've been together for a long time.
Yeah.
And we travel a lot. I mean, like the last 2 years we've been going up to like New England in the summer and stuff like that. So we'll check out like Cape Cod. We'll go to like all the forests in New Hampshire and shit like that. We did that again this year. But we went to a few places we've never been before. Like, you ever been to Portsmouth, New Hampshire?
No,
bro,
never been to New Hampshire.
It's like a crazy little fishing village. It's like on it's a 15. If I could be wrong about this, so please don't kill me in the comments. It's like a 15-mile radius of shoreline.
Okay.
And that's all New Hampshire has access to the ocean-wise.
Wow.
Yeah, and the rest of it's surrounded by Massachusetts and Maine, and it's beautiful, bro.
Yeah.
You could throw a rock into Maine if you wanted to.
That's cool.
It's pretty cool. And being able to do that, being able to go out west, it's always refreshing for me, man, when I get to go take a break. And I really try to be present and not do like art shit when I'm away on vacation, because I'm like, let me be present. Let these kind of experiences inform the next couple of things I do. That's,
I had that actually the other day, and this is gonna sound ridiculous, but like I had worked all day on Friday, and then I came home, and old friend of mine who I haven't seen in a little while, and we don't talk as much as we should. He was like my first friend ever.
Wow.
He called me up and he was like, "Hey, we're gonna go get pizza in Park Slope." Like me, another old friend, and there's some of their wives. And I was like, I'm fucking exhausted. I don't know. And I'm like, I'll let you know. He calls me again. He goes, are you coming? And I'm like, fuck it. You know what? Let me go change up the what I'm doing in my day to day. I'll go with these people who I don't see a lot. I did that. And then yesterday I did that again with someone else. And I wasn't thinking about comedy. I wasn't thinking about anything. I was just doing something different, and dude, it sparked so much shit in my head. It's crazy.
It's wild how like space is good for you, bro. I mean, 100% is good for you. In anything. I like you ever read On Writing by Stephen King? It's a great book.
No, I think I actually have it. I know the book really well.
Yeah.
Okay.
The motherfucker writes 10,000 words a day.
Yeah.
That's 30 pages.
Yeah.
that's a lot of fucking.
It's crazy.
I'm like, if I did that, I think I would kill myself.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I
wouldn't
mean?
be
Like,
able to
I
live
can't
like
do
that.
that shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I love to write, but I know that everybody's got a different process, man. I feel like there is something universal. I mean, there's something important about being able to just show up and do the work, but like, even more so than that, I feel like there's something universally that applies to being able to take away. Because your brain works subconsciously on the creative shit. You know what I mean? That's when it's having the most of its success. I feel like is when you're not doing the thing, and then when you go show up, the work's already been done.
I do that a lot, dude. I don't sit down and write anymore as much as I used to.
Really?
Like, I do it very rarely, and if I do, it's like little notes and little cloud ideas that I put in the phone, and then I'll go up on stage and just kind of sift through it. And that has been because my mind is working on it whether I don't even know it is.
100%.
And it's when I'm sitting down at the computer, I don't have my brain is like, I got nothing anymore. Now on stage, there's a little bit of pressure, and it gives me. I am forced to think about this thing in the moment with people watching, and that's when I go. Something comes out of it, and something builds, or nothing. But it's still it's a higher chance of something happening.
100%. It's still showing up to work. I feel like I don't know. That's a weird thing about comedy, man. It's a one process. It's a one art form. I think that we're like. If you have painter's got to paint, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's the same shit. There's techniques that you can learn and stuff like that. This is the one thing where there's like no singular uniform technique.
No. I mean, there's this it's set up punchline, but some people don't even do that.
It's a lot of people, yeah.
You could just be fucking hysterical.
Like Corey doesn't do set up punchline. No. I mean, there's some jokes that he does, but like
he's just funny.
He's able to like. We were talking about this the other day. He always refers to it as the cosmic goo, but I'm always like, I always see him be able to like. He kind of just emanates funny. He's able to like just pull that shit out of him and find ways to say completely absurd and unhinged shit. And I'm like, you're a rock star.
I love him. Yeah. I love him very dearly.
He's very, very talented, man.
He and I had a big conversation about religion because I don't know anything about religion.
Really?
And he's
a huge Christian.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Incredibly devout.
I know. He was in my house. We were talking about it, and he was like, "Dude, you need to find your faith. Like you need to." He goes, and he wasn't trying to convert me to
Christianity. No, I.
Yeah, he was like in He's like Judaism is. He goes, you got to find your faith in it. And I was like, I don't not have faith in it, but I don't know if I care about it that much. And he goes, Nah, you got to like, and he really got to me, dude. Like there was a point where I was like, maybe I've never read the fucking Old Testament. I don't know anything about it.
Really?
And I'm telling you, I'm completely oblivious to it. And I believe in a higher power, but I don't know shit. I know Passover, I know Hanukkah, I know that shit. But
would your mother have a heart attack if you became like a Jew for Jesus?
My parents would
absolutely have her shit.
My dad probably more than my mom. They both would. They'd go, "This is insane," which I would think so too. I would never not be a Jew. That's the thing. I don't know anything about it. I just know I'm a Jew.
100%. I hear you.
Yeah. The Jews for Jesus boggles my mind.
I just think it's funny because like, have you seen the Curb Your Enthusiasm episode with that or no? It's one of the newer seasons. I think it's like
no. If it's newer, I didn't see it.
I think John Rudninsky, who actually is like a family friend of one of my family friends.
Okay.
He's in that episode, and it's very funny. It's a really funny concept.
I mean, Jews for Jesus is.
It's a very funny. That's like what literally Peter was just a Jew for Jesus.
It's crazy.
I don't know. It's wild. But I agree with Corey in that sense that like to think of something outside of yourself is incredibly healthy.
100%.
It's the best mindset you can have is to be like, oh, I'm fucking worthless compared to like the immensity of the universe.
Oh, that I think about. See, that's the thing. I have that thought. I just don't put it in like a religion.
Yeah, I think that that's fine too. Just to be like, oh, whatever, Grand Poobah universe, the Force, if you're a Jedi, whatever the fuck it is. It's just like, so to be able to step outside of yourself and see like, hey, I'm like, you know what I mean? That's
nothing. Yeah,
huge.
I was having this conversation, another conversation with Joe and another comic. We were driving to Jersey to do a show, and
where at Vinny's?
No, it was like a independent show at a bar.
Gotcha.
And we were talking about like, what are we doing all this for? And when I was younger, I had visions of grandeur of like, oh, a legacy. I'm like, I'm gonna leave something behind. And the last couple of years, I've been going. it's nonsense. There's no legacy. There's nothing to leave behind. I'm going to be dead, and in 100 years, my grandkids, or if I ever have kids, my great-grandchildren will never know who the fuck I was. And let's say they do. Let's say I do something magnificent, like an Elon Musk or an Alan Turing, and there's a meteor that strikes the earth and blows everything to smithereens.
We're gone, dude.
No one will ever know. No one. There'll be no proof of any of this. So I'm like, it really doesn't matter. And that's the reason. Well, Gandhi, I think, is, and I'm not a big, I'm not. All I know is a quote. He was like, everything in life you do is insignificant, but you have to do it. And it's like, that's like, I think people were talking. Joe was talking about legacy, and I was like, I don't even know if that fucking matters. Like, it's all bullshit. It's just do it to do it.
100%, man. I resonate with that 1,000%.
Yeah.
And I'm very much of the mindset of like, dude, like, I mean, Jim Carrey was always like, oh, you can fail at what you hate, so why not do what you love?
Yes.
And it's like, dude, if we're going to be here for like X amount of years, fuck around, bro.
Yeah.
Have a fucking fun time.
Yeah,
you know? So I'm with you on that. If you feel like this is your self-imbued purpose, the universe is going to help you out with that. You know what I mean? Just fucking do that thing.
I think so, man. I think it's important. And, whatever helps you get through the day, it makes you feel good. If it's religion, then fucking let it be religion. It's but Corey kept going on.
Some people, it's going to Little St. James. That was what their purpose was. You know what I mean?
Hey.
That was what I mean. I don't abide by that purpose, but that's what gave some people joy.
Yeah,
they did that,
and it's a weird thing what can give you joy. And I mean, hopefully it doesn't hurt. Your joy shouldn't come
Some
from
people have joy in killing pedophiles. I would say that's a lot more fun than going to Little St. James in my mind.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I actually have
a
a shirt. It says "Kill your local pedophile" on it.
That's a funny
my
shirt.
cousin and I got them. His is black. Mine is tie-dye.
That's gay.
It's very much so, but I was thinking about making it a crop top. I'm just like, woo, you know.
I would do that.
Get them.
Kill your local pedophile.
Round them up. They're so naughty. We're gonna kill those bitches. I'm gonna fucking kill you, Jeffrey Epstein.
It's
dig you up.
I don't even want to go on down that route because it's just gonna derail us. Because this is actually a good conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
No. I was gonna say something stupid. And
I was worried that I was bringing the mood down.
No, you are bringing the mood down. No. I like, dude. I don't give a fuck. Fuck everyone else. We're having a conversation.
What's up, guys?
But yeah, man. There was Corey said something else to me that was really interesting. Where
he is like a shaman. You know what I mean? Like he's fucking wisdom up the wazoo. If he started
a cult, I'd be tempted. I'd be tempted. I could feel it.
The amount of late night conversations I've had with Corey Cooley, where I'm like, you've opened up like a part of my brain up that I hadn't felt since I was a child.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue. You were saying.
I was talking. He was like, "Do you like what you do for work? Like, I clean carpets during the day." And I'm like, "Honestly, no." He's like, "Why not?" And I was like, "Because it's hard. It sucks." And he goes, "You're using your body." He goes, "That's a blessing, man." And I'm like, "You cocksucker, dude." I'm like, "Why would you say that?" I'm like, "Because now," and he spoke to me for an hour about that too, where he's like, "Dude, it's a blessing what you get to do. You get to use your body. You get to feel tired." He goes, "And then you get to be put in a situation where you go into people's homes and you're dealing with a fucking asshole." He goes, "And you get to choose to be decent and show them your, like, hey, I'm it's okay." And then they'll put their guard down, and then you get to connect with someone genuinely who didn't have any intention of connecting. And he goes, "That's a fucking blessing." And it got me through last week. Such a breeze, dude.
Dude, this guy is Socrates. You know that. Like,
he
literally is.
He's a crystal meth smoking Socrates.
It's fucking great. Not anymore.
Not anymore. But
but
yeah, it was a wild thing and it changed altered my whole week.
Perception, dude. Even more so than that, perspective.
Yeah, is
the greatest. If you can get a change of perspective that like opens up. That was a horrible. That
was bad too.
There we go. Do you remember that? No, I'm sorry. But when you get that change in perspective, it opens up the world in ways you didn't think it would.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. When I was like in high school and then in college, I worked for this tent company. Right.
Okay.
I was a manager at a tent company. And the truck that we used to deliver the tents to people's houses and shit like that for events and stuff like that, we'd set them like pole tents. It was stuck on the radio. The radio station was stuck on like 104.3 classic rock. You know what I mean? That shit. And so it was either every Monday or Tuesday. I can't even remember. It was years ago. Rebel Yell by Billy Idol would play.
Oh my god!
And at like 9:30 in the morning. And I'd get like the first couple of weeks, I was like whatever. But like after like a year and a half, 2 years working with this company, I was like, I'm gonna fucking kill myself. You know what I mean? Like this Rebel Yell became the bane of my existence.
Yeah.
And I had a friend of mine who I met when I was at college. My buddy Josh Castle was talking to me about like, how important gratitude is. You know what I mean?
Be grateful.
And being the importance of just being okay with where you are, but not being complacent. You know what I mean? Like loving, being where your feet are.
Yeah.
And I read "Be Here Now" by Ram Dass.
Okay.
At that time,
Ram Dass
and that fucking opened everything for me.
Yeah.
My mom was the one who gave it to him, and then he was like, "You gotta listen to your mother, bro. Read this fucking book." So I did, and I got the time after I finished the book that I heard Rebel yell after that. I was like, this is like a sign of like where I am right now. Yeah. And I was like, I kind of realized like life is a lot like that. You know what I mean? If you turn your radio on and music can be playing, Rebel Yell's gonna be on every single fucking Monday or Tuesday at 9:30, and you can either learn to hate yourself and hate Rebel Yell and take that as like you're stuck and God hates you and nothing's gonna get better, or you can learn to love the sound of Rebel Yell. Yeah. And just fucking know that like, hey, I'm here, I'm doing my thing, and I'm gonna be breathing and living. So that's one of my favorite songs now. Like since that switch, bro, it's just one of like on my driving playlist. You
need to have that. You need to, otherwise there's really no point.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it's interesting because it's literally what happened to me this week. But the thing about perspective is that you could change your perspective in that moment where it's like a holy conversation with your friend, but then to implement it.
It's a skill.
That's the hard part.
That's
when
skill.
Where you're in the moment and you're about to go down that dark hole, and then you have to go no, switch. Now I got to do it, and it's a constant. All right, I'm aware. I need to now take action.
I think I've told you this before. You know I have OCD, right?
Yes.
So I did like 2 years of CBT.
Okay.
Cock and ball torture. No, cognitive behavioral. I think I did 2 years of cognitive behavioral therapy, and that's something that like I did that, and then I did this other thing. It was like an auditory therapy, but something that both of them were talking about when I was doing them was talking about being able to like talk to like assigning names to like feelings and to like not voices, but you know what I'm saying, like different feelings and different emotions, and being able to talk to those things and being like, let's put a pause on these feelings here and evaluate things. And being able to like when you can assign a name and a face to like an emotion, it's incredibly empowering, and it gives you again, it's not every single time, but it helps you either when you're angry, or you feel overwhelmed, or you're scared, or you're like inconsolable. Yeah. When you can look at that and be like, yo, Jeff, what can I offer you right now, and what can I offer you later? Yeah. So we can kind of get through this moment at like at the caliber of human we need to be. Yeah. And then I'll give you the time to color or scream in the car later. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's weird. I know it sounds crazy, but it's like when you can find a way to have that conversation internally within yourself in the moment, and that's something I still have trouble with, but it's something that has helped me immensely get through my life. So I don't know. And again, life is a marathon. You're always trying to get better at this shit. It's not going to change overnight, but having strategies and stuff like that to be able to like help you step outside of yourself, step out of the moment, and even step outside of the current perspective you have. It's incredibly freeing, bro.
It's very freeing, but most people don't want to. Most people are very complacent with where they're at, and they don't think they could change. They don't want to change. And I have given up on trying to help people who have no interest in changing. It's like, not that I'm helping people, like, you know what I'm saying, but like someone who's bitching and moaning, I'll give them my 2 cents and go, hey man, maybe you got to do this, or maybe you got to do that, this and that. And then if I hear the same conversation over and over, I just go, I'm not going to say anything. I'll just listen.
Bro, I got a friend of mine who is a Marine that I met in college. Okay. Right? And he used to tell me, he's about 2 years older than I am. Yeah. He used to tell me all the time, he's like, when you get to like a certain age, canceling plans is like heroin. And
it is.
Another thing, and then we were having the same conversation later on. We were talking about the exact same thing that you just said. Being upset is just like heroin too, bro. Yeah. There's people who are addicted to feeling like shit. Yep. And addicted to complaining.
I used to be like that. I like the feeling of I get a feeling sad makes me feel alive. And
it's a very strong emotion.
It is
grounding as fuck.
It really is, and it makes you. It makes there's certain. I really fed off of it for many years of my life,
Mm-hmm.
and then only in the last couple have I, and I did it when I was sober. I felt like, okay, I worked through it. Now I'm drinking again, and I've worked through it. It's just a matter of allowing yourself to be enough. I think, you know what I mean. Allowing yourself to just be like anything else. Most of the things that are making us sad aren't even happening. You know what I mean? They're either past,
Yeah, dude.
or it's like in that moment your suffering is like Marcus Aurelius' like, the Stoicism shit, which is big now, where it's like most of your suffering is imaginary.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I feel like I read this somewhere, and I'm sure somebody's gonna fact check me if this is incorrect. In my own personal experience, it definitely feels true, but it might not be true. I read somewhere that like your brain can't distinguish like imaginary scenarios from like reality.
I believe that.
When it comes to like experiencing emotion.
Oh, dude, I've had arguments.
If you're like,
yeah.
If you have arguments with yourself, you're gonna get amped up. You're gonna get pissed off. You know, if you're like imagining like, oh my god, there's like a killer, you're gonna be scared. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Obviously, you're gonna be fucking. Yeah, no shit, Jay. No shit, you fucking idiot. They're giving this guy a talk show.
Well, you gave yourself a talk show.
Yeah,
I'm
the
they.
Shit. I'm they.
But yeah, man.
My name is the Deep State. I use they them pronouns.
The Deep State. Do you think that there's someone behind the scenes that is just dying, like someone in this country who runs things that is purposely wanting America to fail?
I think it's a team effort.
Yeah, no, I don't mean one. I mean like if there's a group of people. You believe that? I do, honestly. I feel like it now more than ever, and it's very conspiratorial. And people think I don't even know if that's a word, but people think I'm crazy. But I do think it.
I don't know that America. You mean in terms of like the constitutional republic, like the government that we have, and like
there's something higher than that. That's just like that have their hands in everything. That are like, oh, this is gonna fail, but we're gonna make so much money. I
think that's been the case with everything, bro. That was the case with Rome. You know what I mean? That was like. That's always the case of every one of like insert the most powerful nation ever, and there's always a back room of shit going down. And for a long time, I was like, "Oh, it's the CIA. Oh, it's the billionaires.
It's bigger than that.
It's whoever." And it's at the end of the day, bro. People are fucking people. That's kind of my philosophy.
Yeah.
I'm not the smartest guy I know,
Me neither.
and I know for a fact that those guys who run the show probably aren't the smartest guys that they know. They're probably smart as fuck. Yeah. They got infinite amount of resources they can control. But everybody blunders. You know what I mean? Everybody is a human being. And I have no doubt in my mind that we are probably, whoever they is. I tend to believe that it's just, the money the haves versus the have-nots. Yeah. You know what I mean? People trip up eventually.
Yeah. Well, I mean, dude, that's a great point with Rome. Like,
this is Rome, bro. And they literally
at some point, this
place.
will crumble.
Well, dude, they built this place, everything from the Eagle to the Standards to the Senate. You know what I mean? It's fucking. They wanted this to be the new Roman Republic,
and it is. It's better.
It is, bro. We fucking absolutely.
We killed it.
But in much the same way. In much the same way that Rome had their equestrians. And, the higher class, the aristocracy, that was supposed to be the Senate and the people of Rome. And you very much just started to see it towards, like, the decline before they got Caesar in there. You saw these people take over and get very much like, well, we have to do things, very utilitarian in a negative way. Like, we're going to do whatever we think is necessary to protect the nation.
Yeah.
And again, man, anytime you have a group of people acting on behalf of a larger group of people, there's always going to be some fudging of numbers. There's always going to be like, it's impossible for all of them, to truly have all of our best interests in mind.
They don't.
They can't.
Yeah.
They can't. On principle. They're running a company, bro. This is a very big fucking company.
This is the biggest company.
It's the best.
I know.
The biggest and the best company in the world. We're going to be doing America better than ever before, really.
It's crazy, dude. We're I think we're at the halfway point of America crumbling.
I think we're like this is where we are. I think like
You
next
think
year's 250, bro.
250.
Next year's 250 years. This
Oh,
country's been.
I
in
know.
existence.
I think we got another 100 years.
You think so?
Yeah.
I
It's
give
not
it
going to
se-
be a good 100.
I give it 7.
7. What are you fucking nuts?
No, I just don't think that the America.
With AI, you're saying is like because of AI, or
I-
you're saying you just
I think that there's a bunch of factors that are kind of kind of glaring right now in my mind's eye.
okay?
And I don't think that the America that we know and love is that America anymore. And I think that that's now going to become apparent to the public
Mm-hmm.
for maybe another year, another 2 years, maybe another 3 years,
Yeah.
maybe 5 years. But the minute that it does, bro, is game over.
So what do you think is going to happen? You think people are going to be like burning buildings down? And
I
fucking-
don't know.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I mean, bro, the fucking government. We don't even know what's gonna happen on Tuesday. They're vote for those of you who don't know.
I don't.
They're
know.
voting to release the Epstein files, whether or not
Yeah, I
they're
heard
gonna do
about
it. And can you imagine what's gonna happen if more senators vote to not release the pedophile list? The more senators than do.
What do you think people are going to take to the streets?
I don't know, bro. I know for a fact that somebody's gonna get bold. And it's not me. I'm not saying that's not a threat, by the way. I need to be very clear. I'm just saying that in my heart of hearts, I could see if somebody has the gall to go out and shoot a dude who's, a fucking not like really like Charlie Kirk in the grander scheme of politics.
It's nobody.
You could say he was influencing young people to believe.
But he was
this,
a
that, and the
nobody.
other. But
yeah.
he's not a fucking Mitch McConnell or
Yeah.
something like that. You know what I mean? He doesn't have any legislative authority.
Yeah.
If there are 500 something senators,
Yeah.
and the majority of them vote not to keep the pedophile list a secret,
Yeah.
you don't think citizens are going to have a problem with that? You don't think the crazy members of our society who are don't have a lot going for them, that maybe don't have the same support system that you and I have, that don't have a community like we do with comedy, maybe they don't have a good family life, but they got a gun. You don't think there's a chance that something like that happens?
I think there's definitely a chance, but I think that majority of people, I'll say maybe there's 10% of people that could do that.
I would say it's maybe 3 or 4%.
Even better. Okay, perfect. And I think majority of people
Mhm.
are just really trying to survive.
I
And,
agree with you 100%.
And they're not as concerned. Like, sure, the Epstein files are important, but more importantly is getting their kids to school on time and going to work. And I don't think people are. Personally, my take on the Epstein thing, I couldn't give a fuck.
Really?
Because I know everyone in power was at that fucking island.
I agree. And listen, I know.
I don't need to see the
In
list.
my heart of hearts and in your heart of hearts,
Yeah.
we are in agreement,
Yeah.
100%. And in my eyes, anybody who votes against it either was there or is protecting somebody they know who
Yes.
was. And that, in my mind, that's the same level of, that's
Doesn't
the same
make it
caliber.
okay, by the way.
No,
Just to
not
make
in the
that
slightest.
clear.
Same caliber of evil. Now, I think where you and I differ is that, and I see where you're coming from here, because it's like to have, when you want to go, you want to accept 100% of responsibility for your own life, and that's it. You know what I mean? And be present and be here. But I do believe that to a certain extent, it becomes, they said in the Declaration of Independence, when in the course of human events, it becomes clear
Mhm.
that some fuck shit is happening.
Yeah, of course.
It falls upon
The people.
The people,
Yeah.
right? And again, I don't think that means go out and be violent. And I'm praying I pray every day that people don't go out and be violent. Every day of my life, because at the end of the day, there's nothing more powerful than words.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
That's why I'm not signed up to be fighting a war somewhere. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I do happen to believe, though, like I said, I think you're right. 97, 98, 99% of Americans are getting by day. They want to feed their kids. They want to see their children get a beautiful education. They want to see them get a beautiful life. Eat beef, eat beautiful American beef, and drink beautiful coffee. And they want to see them have, be happy and do shit. But there's people out there that got nothing, bro.
Yeah.
And they project, and they get worse, and they get motivated to do crazy fucking things, like that guy who, had a beautiful girlfriend with a penis. He had a beautiful girlfriend with a penis, and he went on the roof, and he went pew pew, and now we lost beautiful Charlie. He was so good to us. And Candace Owens, fallen so far, Candace. Maybe because Charlie is dead, that's why. But I don't know. I think that it doesn't take that much to push a person who doesn't have a whole lot. And in my mind's eye, what that's more indicative of is the fact that our country's not doing a good job of taking care of the people here.
I know.
And I think that if it was, we wouldn't have that problem. But at the same time, bro, voting no on releasing the pedophile documents, that in my mind's eye is a big problem, because that directly tells the American people, fuck you.
Okay. So here's the other thing. Let's play a game. If it gets released and everyone sees who's there, then what?
I think the exact same thing is going to happen.
Okay. Yeah. There's really no good outcome.
No, listen, and you're 100
saying
you're
that's
100%
good either to hide
right.
it.
Oh my God. Well, no, but I'm with you. These people are going to be.
You find out that everyone, Bill Gates, Trump, everyone's fucking kids. And the other thing is, there may have been people who went to that island. I'm playing devil's advocate here. People who may have went there and was like, oh shit, I don't want anything to do with that. But this is, I'm part of the 1%. And I'm hanging out.
To quote Danny DeVito, they went there for the snorkeling.
Yes, we'll say that. In my critical thinking side of my brain goes, no one went there for anything other than that. But I gotta go. Maybe they did. It's part of being, I guess, maybe a comic or just a normal person. Now, that's my thing of like, what good? I mean, obviously, the people have a right to know. But I also just go like, everyone's like, I want to know who's on that list, and I'm like, you know who's on that list already. You know.
But this is the thing. I could be like, Harrison Marks is on the Epstein list. He flied 37 times to the island, and that's not true. You and I both know that's not true.
Well, you know what the best part about that is?
What?
The only person that needs to know if it's true or not is me.
That's 100%.
Yeah. But
the difference is you're not writing legislature.
You're right, which is why it doesn't matter if I was there or not. You know what I'm saying?
100%. But again, that's where my mind is at. It's that, like, I think the government, where we are right now, there's so much that people. I mean, dude, they're kicking fucking doors open, and dragging kids out of the. I'm like.
I think that we went way too far in the other direction with that.
But that's the thing, is the pendulum's going to keep swinging like this.
Yeah.
And as long as, the gentry, the lower classes, like you and I, are focused on Republican or Democrat, immigrant, born, naturalized citizen, black, white, we're gonna be divided.
Of course.
And I think that the main thing that kind of unites us all as people, we're all Americans. We're all here. We all believe that every human being here has a right to earn a living.
Yep.
Has a right to pursue an education.
Speak their mind.
And when you have those, guaranteed rights that are guaranteed to us in the Bill of Rights by our Constitution, we want to see those things be ensured for all people.
Yeah.
I know it's not a good scenario. Who knows? It might come out, hey, by the way, nobody's a pedophile. Nobody's a pedophile. Best case scenario.
If that came out, I'd go, that's bullshit.
Then it really was everybody. That's how I know, oh my God, it was everybody.
That's the thing.
But this is the thing that, like, I think everybody can agree upon is a bad fucking thing.
Without a doubt. It's the worst thing you could do.
And
aside from, I think doing that is worse than killing people.
Children?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me,
it's
dude?
Worse than killing someone.
100% it is. And I just think collectively we need transparency. And I don't think that I don't think there needs to be blood. I don't think there needs to be anything than that, other than, like, these people are bad. And yes, very much you're bad. And, we'll see if the American system is on the American people's side, because those people will go to jail. That's it.
And when they go to jail, who runs shit?
I don't know. Do you think that there's like a pecking order, like one of the senators who maybe like killed somebody, be like, what we do to pedophiles in prison? You know what I mean?
That would be funny. That would be really funny. That would be
like
great.
They're just in white collar jail, and it's like Diddy's like, what we do to pedophiles in prison.
Well, it turns out Diddy wasn't a pedophile.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
he just was
he was just a fucking weirdo.
He was just a fucking absolute.
Yeah, I mean, he hit women, which was not okay.
No,
that I didn't like. But him wanting to have orgies, there's nothing. That's not, whatever.
Well, that's the problem. Is this? If it comes out that, like, did you hear about the Bubba thing or no with Trump? You didn't hear about this?
Bubba? No.
Oh my God! So allegedly Trump blew Bill Clinton. That's one.
Oh,
of the,
I
one
did
of the
hear.
emails,
Yes,
yeah.
yeah, I saw a meme the other day.
So like that's what I think is gonna be crazy. Is like if these things come out and that Trump wasn't, doing like the child sex parties, but he was just going to sex parties. There's a chance we hear the president go like, "There's nothing wrong with an orgy. Honestly, we can have presidential orgies. What's
I'm
wrong?
gonna pardon Puffy.
If I put another president's penis in my mouth, that quite frankly is the most American blowjob in the history of America. Honestly, we should be supporting. I should be getting a standing ovation for doing that. I serve as the president.
I don't think if I found out Trump blew Clinton, I wouldn't care. I really
my
wouldn't
dad's
care.
upset about it. He's like, "There's no way." I'm like, what? Why not?
It's possible.
Why not, dude?
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is the part that drives me crazy.
Why
is
not?
that things have gotten so insane.
Yeah.
That like I'm hearing this and I go, okay, is there anything illegal about blowing a guy?
Yeah.
No. I don't care about this. You know what I mean? Like it's just another thing to like for people to talk about.
By the way,
they could have ended up putting that rumor out there to divert everyone from thinking about the list of you know what?
I'm just gonna say I called it. By the way, with my gay Trump bit, I fucking called this.
Oh, yes, you did. You did. Yeah, I remember that. That was actually very funny.
I called this shit.
But like that's the thing. Like that could have been a rumor that like Trump could go, you know what, let's put that out there. Let them talk about me blowing Clinton. That's way better than me fucking kids. Mm-hmm. The government could, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so much shit where I'm like, I can't. All right, if he blew him, fine, whatever. I don't care. I don't care.
I think at the end of the day, you know what it is, Harrison? To answer your question, like what's the best case scenario here? We are between the metaverse shit, between like all of the AI stuff.
Oh, and also aliens, like they're here.
Bro, we are all living in our own separate reality circles.
Yeah.
We're all within our own kind of matrix, and that's a terrifying prospect that there's no unified.
And we have a second matrix, which is right there, that fucking phone.
But that's the crazy thing, man, is we literally have kind of sucked ourselves out of reality willingly. You know what I mean?
I don't think we want to. We don't want to live in reality.
We've got the fucking Soma device. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's crazy. We've kind of become disillusioned to the realities of the world. If you want to spiral and you want to get stuck in like a thought vacuum of negativity, you can do that. If you want to believe everything is a hunky-dory and okay, you can do that. If you want to believe that Trump is like curing cancer, go.
Yeah.
Anybody can believe anything they want to, and there is a plethora of evidence, be it fabricated or legitimate, that will support your claim.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't have to be real or fake, because at the end of the day, it's just a matter. People are going to choose to live in the reality they want to live in anyway.
100%.
So, I mean, in much the same way that, like we were just saying, we all know who's on that fucking list.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, they're going to live in a reality that they didn't, or at least propose that there's a reality that they didn't. We're going to believe in the reality that they did.
Yeah.
And we're going to be here in the reality where we think, it is what it is. I'm going to go to the fucking open mic on Monday. I'm going to, it's like we got to, I'm just praying that Americans can get to a point where we get to an agreed upon reality where we're like, hey, a human being is a human being. Let's just try and look out for each other as opposed to like villainizing everybody else.
Yeah.
Except for pedophiles. Those people should be villainized.
Yeah, they should be shot.
Other than them.
Yeah, man, I agree. And I think that we're all going to do what we want to do. And I keep talking about this a lot, and I said it on plenty of other episodes, where things don't feel, and this is probably a psychoanalyst would look at me and go, that's probably is dangerous, but things don't feel real to me sometimes.
No, I get that 100%.
I'm like, I look and I go, like the idea, I know that if I lay down in front of a car, I'll die. But it all, like, you know what I mean? There's certain things where I'm just like, nothing feels real. This doesn't feel like I almost feel like if I do that, and this is gonna sound crazy, I'm not suicidal.
It's gonna stop the car.
No, I'll wake up. Does that make any sense? Like if I lay down in front of a car, I'll wake up and see. I'm curious to know what the fuck all this is. You know what I mean? And I'm not curious enough to go kill myself. I'll find out when I die, whenever that day may be. Knock on wood. But there's a part of me that's like, this can't be. This is not. There's something else. You know what I mean? I almost feel I'm not simulation theory. I'm really not nuts.
What you're describing is the concept of Gnosticism, my friend.
The fuck is that?
It's the belief that this is. You ever see the movie The Matrix?
Yeah, of course.
That's it.
Kind of.
So that's like the earliest form of what Christianity was.
Okay.
Was the belief that Jesus was coming here telling us that essentially this world is fake.
Yeah.
Heaven is like the mental, like, it's the elevated plane of existence.
Yeah.
Right? And what we see and do and experience here is all cockamamie poo-poo.
Yeah.
And that there's this entity that's trying to make us, interpret this world of suffering as reality.
Yeah.
And the transcendence of that is the achieving of gnosis, which is knowledge and transcending. And that's not what I prescribe to myself, but like what you're describing is by definition the first step in that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm still a Jew, though, so I don't believe in the afterlife. I don't believe, not the afterlife. I don't believe not in a religious way. You know what I'm saying?
It's not an afterlife. It's different.
Okay.
It's not like going to heaven. It's like
there's something else.
You got to unplug.
Kind of. But the thing is, I also really do love it here. Like
it's fantastic.
It's really great. Like I've been getting high and smoking weed every day lately, and I was just looking out the window.
No. I thought you were gesturing to a bar.
No, I just to the
lovely.
universe.
No.
I've been getting high, and when I get stoned now, I go, oh shit, I'm gonna die one day. I better really make this worth it. And then I listen to music, and I go, that's the fact that we got this. Like, I'm listening to the Beatles right now. This is crazy.
It's pretty wild, man.
It's crazy. And so, like, I have those thoughts of, like, none of this is real. And then I have thoughts of, like, I really do love it here. So, like, I'm in I got 1 foot in and 1 foot out kind of thing. But it's a strange way to feel. And I don't know when I started feeling that way. Does that make any sense?
I 100% understand, empathize.
Yeah. And I'm not crazy. Like
I don't think you're crazy.
Right.
I've been there.
Okay.
I 100% understand what the fuck you're saying.
Yeah.
And I don't think you're crazy.
Okay.
Because we live in this most insane version of reality possible.
Yeah.
There's a chance that the president gave another president a blowjob. Like,
that's pretty crazy.
Like, there's a fucking the amount of when you look into all of this, bro. None of it makes sense. And I'm not just talking about that. I'm talking about, like, we can just be anywhere we want on a fucking train. And, like, we're in that timeline.
Yeah.
Anywhere in New York. And, we happen to be here. Like, this is the center of the fucking universe.
Yeah,
is what
I know.
it feels like about New York City.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's people who live, are born, live in, and die in, like, Kansas.
Yeah, which is crazy to me.
And Montana.
Yeah.
And Wyoming.
Yeah.
It's like, what the fuck? They don't even, like, oh, I want to go to New York someday. You were born there.
I know. I'm very lucky.
So, 100% it makes fucking, like, why here? Why were you born here? Why weren't you born over there? You know what I mean? It's fucking weird, man. I don't disparage you at all for feeling that way. And I don't think that, like, I think... To be quite frank, I think it's a completely legitimate experience that you're going through. The thing that I think scares me, not about that, is the fact that you could be right.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know.
Yeah, we don't.
You
only know after you die, and no one knows after that what happens. After that.
We can go through the day and be completely human, and wash our hands and shit and jerk off and go to work and listen to the Beatles, write jokes, go do stand-up set, do a 9 to 5, clean carpets, go work for a bank, and like that's just a day, but and we'll do that for what? How many? Like 50 years? And then you might die, and, like, there's, like, a green glowing pig that's like, you fucking idiot, dude. I can't believe you did that. You should have you didn't go to Montana? You're supposed to be in Montana, dude. You fucking idiot. You went to the bank? Like, oh, my God, bro. No, but, like, there's no way to know whether or not forget about this being the right reality. Are you making the right decision every day?
No, you don't know. You just got to
no
go.
Fucking clue.
I've gotten way more in tune with, like, the gut.
Yeah.
The instincts of just like, all right, this feels right.
100%. So that's kind of where my head is at with this shit. It's like, at the end of the day, all you can do is what you think is the right thing.
That's it, man. Make the right move. Be a good person.
100%.
Be kind, and that's all I subscribe to. That's it.
There's times that I hear people be like, oh yeah, but like if you live like if you live like a boring life as like a decent person or whatever. Like nice guys finish last. It's like something I hear constantly.
It's
like you're gonna be dead in dust too someday, bro. What does it fucking matter? Like
I want to be able to live with myself, and there's certain things
100%.
there's certain things that I could do that I could live with that other people would go, no, I can never do that. I can't live with that. So like maybe it make me a bad person, but my definition of a good person is how I operate in the world.
100%, man.
So
if this is the one. As of right now that we know of, this is the one thing we know for a fact is that this is the life you're living.
Yeah.
We don't know if there's going to be enough. There might be. Buddhists might have gotten it right, but like they're
we don't know.
So I forget who said it. I'm dumb. Somebody said like live as if God is real. Live as if like there's a concept of
someone looking out.
Yeah, well, not even just that. Like there's a concept of like good and evil, and like that there is a concept of like heaven and hell, because like the worst case scenario. That if you don't, you go to hell.
Yeah.
The best case scenario is that, like the best case scenario is that if you're a good person, you go to heaven. Or if you're a good person and there's no such thing as heaven, you just were just a good dude.
Yeah.
Good dude.
You know what I mean? Forgot who said that. I've heard that
like,
before.
There's no after cost benefit analysis. There's no negative side to being a good person.
No, it's never. It's always good.
So, yeah.
What
and if
time
you're being a good person, what?
What time you got? Yeah.
It's 1:08.
Okay, perfect. You let me know whenever. I mean, you want a couple minutes? We'll finish this up.
Yeah, we can do like another 10 minutes if that's cool with you.
Cool. Yeah.
But yeah, I love talking about like the philosophical shit with you, Harris.
It's my favorite.
I like that shit. I mean, I always love watching the clips of like you and the other guys like joking around. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, I feel like I want to do that shit more, but then the topics I always end up talking about are like, so what do you think about like the cosmic spider? You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what do you? I don't know. I like was chronically for a very long time looking for answers for shit.
Yeah,
and that's just like it's a failed.
There's no
mission.
answers.
No,
yeah.
dude.
You can't. I used to do that too.
And obviously, I'm always. Instead of that, I've decided like this year especially just. Be open-minded about stuff.
Yeah.
Constantly be exploring places, things,
less
thoughts.
judgmental.
100%, man. And life's so much more fun since I started doing that, bro.
It's really exciting, dude. And I know a lot of people who are judgmental and they are closed off. And I go, their world is this fucking
it's
big.
pinhole. Yeah.
And it's like, yo, life is. Who knows where you're gonna end up by saying, yeah, fuck it, I'll go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing with canceling. You're talking about canceling plans being like heroin. I don't do that nearly as much as I used to because I go. This could be the best night of my life. Could be the worst, but I got to find out.
Well, dude, I'll tell you straight up, man. Like, when I graduated college, I moved back home.
Yeah.
And I wasn't in the city. And I was, focusing on getting, a job and some stand-up shit. Now, I was going to be working at late night with Seth Meyers for, like, a little bit longer than originally planned. I was going to be there through, like, the fall.
Okay.
And then the writer's strike happened while, like, I was still there. And I lost that job, so... I ended up having to go to another industry and shit like that. And I was just constantly fucking down on myself.
Yeah.
And as a result of that, I was just canceling plans or not showing up to shit with my friends. And, I'm sure that my relationships with some of them aren't as strong as they could be right now because of me saying no to stuff and not wanting to, or making plans and then canceling them just because I didn't want to travel to the city.
Yeah.
Because I didn't live there anymore and it made me sad. But now I know that like if you put the effort in, bro, it goes.
Always, dude.
Always.
What you put in, you get out.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's a fucking mathematical equation.
Mm-hmm.
And anyone who's like, I learned it with stand up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, I started this a couple years ago, and I look and I go, wow, I got a lot better. Am I fucking where I want to be? Absolutely not. But I go. Oh, it's because I fucking did this every single day for the last 2 years or so.
100%, man. That is, especially with art, dude. That is like the fucking most concrete example of like improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, when it comes to perspective and like cleaning up around the house or like eating better, you've noticed those like you're gonna open up one day, and then open up that I don't know why I said open up. You're going to change to that habit, that good habit.
Yeah.
And you're going to notice like one day, like months from now, but oh shit. You know what I mean? It's just going to be like, oh, there's a change. Whoa. Yeah. But like with art, bro, you notice, I feel like incrementally every single step of growth.
I think there's moments where you feel like you're not. And I feel like there's moments where you go, oh shit, wow, I did really well here.
You like Kurt Vonnegut?
I don't know. I know about him, but I don't read his stuff.
Yeah, Slaughterhouse-Five, like
I
that.
know the book,
Breakfast of Champions. He always talked about like, everybody's always like three-part story structure, right? There's a beginning, middle, end.
His is all over the place, right?
His is like he talks about telling stories as like parabolas.
Yeah.
He's like, life is a fucking series of parabolas of like up and down and up and down and
Yeah.
up and down. And where you decide to start it and end it, that's just up to you
Yeah.
as a story. And I feel like that's to what you were saying earlier. I feel like that's a really fucking accurate description of being an artist. Is like
Constant. Yeah. There's no.
it's just everything. It's applicable to every single facet of life.
I agree with that. Man. And it's the more you do stuff like that, you talk about being open. I think when you examine your life through that lens and you see yourself as an artist or whatever, that's when you have to be open. Otherwise, you'll be a shit artist.
Certainly, bro.
You know?
Certainly. I spent like a lot of 2024 really fucking beating the pavement stand-up wise.
Yeah.
And then at the start of this past year, I was like, I started doing like this satirical prose type shit, and I fell in love with that, bro.
Yeah.
Started focusing on that a little bit more. I was doing stand-up, but not as much as I wanted to be doing it. And I got into a couple of festivals this fall. I made some progress, and I was happy to do it, and I made some cash. I got the chance to perform at a couple of clubs in Boston, which was sick.
Yeah.
And then, I felt like I needed to fucking change. I felt like I needed something that was like a culmination of these things. And that's kind of where the talk show came from, is that like I wanted to start a podcast. I wanted to do more of like the humor headline writing. I wanted to do, stand up as well. And I found I wanted to do sketch. This was the culmination of all those things, man. And I think sometimes we don't realize we're working towards something until we get to, you walk into it and you bang your fucking nose.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, this is the thing. So I'm excited to do this show for that reason, because it is a culmination of things that I've been training myself to do for years now.
Yeah.
And, it could be a great time. It could be a failure, but I have faith in it, and I have faith in, like we were saying, taking fucking chances and trying new things. And so I'm excited to see where this shit goes, man.
Well, it's one of those that's that saying of like, failing at something is just as, it's as important as succeeding because you tried it. The only failure is you're not really failing. The only failure is not doing it.
Mm-hmm. Certainly.
If it doesn't go as planned, you learn something and you go, okay, how can I make it better? Some people allow it to destroy them and not get back up, and those people don't really want it. They just don't. Anyone who like, you get fucking, you bomb at a club and you go, oh my God. The real people who want to do this, who want it for a living, will go, I'm going to go find a spot to go do another 10 minutes or 5 minutes right now so I can redeem myself.
Mm-hmm.
The people who don't want it will go, no, go, get up again, go. Otherwise, I know there are people I see in the scene that I go, they're going to be here. And then there are people where I go, they're not.
100%.
And you're one of those people. I don't know if it's going to be stand up. It's your path. I don't know where the fuck you're going to be, but I do know that you will be successful.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. That means a lot.
It's I've seen the way you work. You're constantly doing something, whether it's stand up, writing, this late show, whatever it is. I personally, in my head, I see you more as a writer than and like maybe this is a bad example, but like a Judd Apatow, he does stand up once in a while, but his thing is he's a writer, he produces things, he makes shit. And I've always said to people, I was like, whatever he does, he will get it done and will be successful at it. And I'm not telling you that
I appreciate that, man.
to jerk you off. It's true.
That seriously means a lot, Harrison. I know that you guys you're gonna go far. I know, dude. This scene is filled with so many fucking talented people, man.
There's a lot of people.
And you especially, Kevin, Corey, Mike, Steve, Alec. Like, dude, it's iron sharpening iron constantly. And I hope I hope you're right. I'd love to see some success, man. But I think that when you are surrounding yourself, in as much the same way that you do, and much the same way that I try to, as often as possible.
Yeah.
When you surround yourself with other talented, creative people, bro. Yeah. The fucking sky is the limit.
100%. And that's where what you put in getting out comes in.
100%.
You're constantly putting in. It's only a matter of time. It may take 5 years. It may take 20. It may take 30. But as long as you keep doing it, it will happen.
I agree.
You know, as long as you don't get hit by a car or something.
100%.
But
Anyway. Yeah.
you're a good man, Jay.
You're a good man too, Harrison.
Dude. It's good to say. I
Love you,
fucking
brother.
haven't seen you in a long time.
I'm fucking. Hopefully, I'll see you this week. Let me know what you're doing. I'm
I'll-
going to Judy's on Wednesday.
I haven't been there because my work schedule's so fucked. Getting there that early, just I can't do it. But I will try this week. If it's a light day, I will try to get
I
there.
would love to see you.
Yes.
Can I give the audience my prediction
Give
for what's
the-
going to happen to America?
Give the predictions of what's going to happen to America. Following that, the date of the show again. Any other things you want to plug, and your social media, all that stuff.
Sure
Or writing stuff. Yeah.
Follow me anywhere and everywhere. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. The real Jay Servedio. That's JayServedio. Follow me on Substack at Jay Servedio. I have a very funny satirical blog that I put out some funny pieces out and some short stories on. It's called Ramblin' Mind. It's on Substack. The show is at Caveat in the Lower East Side of Manhattan, November 22nd, 4 p.m. It's the only late night show that leaves your evening open. It's called On The Watchlist with Jay Servedio. And my prediction for America is that everything is going to be okay.
I'm with him on that.
It's going to be
I think we're going to be okay.
It's going to be just fine.
That's not convincing at
But
all.
but if you're concerned, get some property in Costa Rica. It's about $50,000 for 6 acres.
Yeah, Costa Rica is good. I've been to Costa Rica. I love
It's beautiful.
it. Yeah.
It's beautiful. ATVing is great. It's a wonderful sport. And you can walk around with a machete. Why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you could do that in Manhattan, too.
I know. I see it weekly. Anyway.
Yo, you're the man. Thank you. Bye, guys.